Sports Stadium.
General.
Yes, sir.
We share 2 games in a course now. Obi the message we ba say Coach Samabodu abo Dr. Ogum twice.
Yeah.
Tactically, me the best so many panel. Tactically, we abono twice.
We abono twice.
Yes, tactically.
Ordinary people not right. So because we abono twice.
So much right. We abono twice. Abono twice, and there's no single argument about that.
Sir.
Yes.
General,
first of all, so our first game of course, so no has folk stay within the 4-4-2. Who breaking it down? The 4-2-2-2. Meaning so about Salim and Nuruddin, our backline and impe. We know they our Konisule ejina ho up front and about being junior and or the banner free eka ho. So 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2 breakdown. And a Kotoko a bar with a 4-3-3. 4-2-3-1 convertible. So Osha has folk a team against Kotoko first team, and as a first game of course, the 4-3-3 from Kumasi and Kotoko was Mudasir Sharif Mohammed, and of course Obenya Lamti, and or the Dixon Afoko, Eka Mbele, and Bella, and Infegi home. So the 4-3-3 against 4-4-2, and the first game of course. So deficiencies about when said the 2 strikers were off in the game. There wasn't any relationship between the midfield and the attack. Yes, and Radian has folk acquired the 4-3-3 from Kotoko the first game, no, by dropping out Awaku and not dropping Sule in midfield, Ebeka Salim and Nuruddin ho up front. General and maintaining Isaac Mensah, Kojo Bin Jr. and a Barnier in a typical 4-3-3, but the roles were different. Roles need differential. I say, and no when who said Dennis Kosa at halfway line, not on him. But oh, can one of the most offensive fullbacks with game we see more? Dennis Kosa is very much present. Impossible cannot anymore. So Vuka Pepe, and it was why they went for similar profile after the Congolese guy exited the scene. But and no one beats me because is Dennis Kosa extra halfway line. It never happened. 2. Anytime Biana Sulebenya Bono, the first thing he thought about was to connect to the 3 attackers. Kotoko stayed within the 4-4-2 diamond by playing 3 central midfielders and the Lamte 2 top. But there wasn't a single technical relationship between the 2 Cameroonians. And I've kept questioning, said General, 2 players in a sip so they've built a very solid relationship between themselves. But it never worked out. Go back to the first game Mbotia has, it never also clicked. So what was the reasoning? It was down to Coach Samabodu. The ideas of the bad game, and you would really need to understand, say that cohesiveness, that chemistry that existed so much between the 2 players. Why did that chemistry not function in Ra? But this is the answer, General. Yonko screen no sene free. At some point, say share game a screen as well. At some point, we feel say Kotoko. What was the main reason to not Omuki people session? No. So let's count this. This is a sequence of 18 passes from Kotoko, but don't overjudge this. There's a territorial dominance. They will game but Kotoko 18 passes, number 14. About 1 kasa half. At the time we read the exit and I say the area of Asvu 4 passes and about no Ira. So they couldn't translate that dominance in their half to say they won 14 sequential passes from a Mankasa place, trying to negotiate their way through. But has focused more men behind the ball. So Kotoko Krabon no more try somebody because hassle. A coin the baby and among their core immoral side one will be just a show screen. Now take time to enjoy this. One asaba than lado beam. They are trying to find out say a coin be better among their qua. And Hasfolk is very much patient. And that is the 14th pass from this guy. And this is the time Abono a track of her. Now count the rest of the passes until 18. General Bekakofa. So there's no single penetration from Kotoko. Even if Omukra Bono, the only summer Bobona to action, and similar thing happened in the first game. Let's talk about the second sequences. This is about the 12 passes, and it would also go on at this point. This guy at Japan would also want to go for a high ball. So look at something. This is an overload 2 versus 2, but there's a complementary movement from player friends Nuruddin. And on the complemented that overload, no matter Hasfolk by 3/2. But earlier it was 2-on-2. Hasfolk by Sarah winning ball no the free Kotoko. So you've seen it twice in succession. First one, 18 passes. Andrew area. Second one, at twice, so 12 different passes. Augustine Japan connected with a high ball, but Antimianko and as a Hasfolk and Saka ball, you really need to understand that there is a purpose of transition. Quickly, direct. And look at how many Kotoko players you see on the pitch. But they couldn't win this ball. And it is down to Danlad to save the situation whenever there was a cross. So in and out of possession, somebody sent a message, say, General, so Bonim Krahas, I know you're dominant. Now look at something. Kotoko build it out. from Mubarak. Yes, should be a Mubarak beba. Within the twinkle of 30 seconds, Mubarak bedani an attacker to a defender. And they lost the ball in midfield. And Mubarak now who say on the crab ball, it is 1v1 with Barnier within about 15 seconds. Born in the crown or the econo. So see and I start translating or no nedani a tackler, somebody who had possession. Think about another situation where Kotoko build it out. So has in crab ball they control the spaces. So much ball they were so much direct. And Kotoko were neutralized, they negated against an opposition of ball in the wiki cry. So I've been repeating it. And I will reiterate, say General, say Kotoko, what was the main idea behind it? The four midfielders has focus close to the closer options. Obi a obeje ball no free down lad will be close so it's a call for high ball. Let's analyze the high ball. The first ball was lost in the air because has focus na winning ball no. The second ball will be won back by Kotoko. But after the second ball, Ombe lose ball no. So despite the fact of my winning ball no, from the second phase in midfield, but be the ball near fan or Marco lose possession no. And we are counting how many times and Kotoko the ball no could do baby a our brow man and fanny BBR. There will be a hopeful cross and has a winning ball no free. So getting entry into the area, one said dan lad at ball, but I won't say attach ball. Answer no way and Hasville continue to dominate. Now look at something. Isaac Mason drop it deep. I'm a 4-3-3 year Juma. This guy will have a shot on target very soon. But should be our I'll connect ball as a midfielder. But our park and so who is a striker, but the no as a midfielder. And it was down to goalkeeper friend said Dan Lad to save the situation. This is something that repeated itself. Look at how man has treated Kotoko within their own area, forcing them to go for a long ball, and we're repeating over and over and over. And the long balls never worked. Over fast right, over short passes at general. Has to folk edge free. How many times would Kotoko try to dominate a BNC game room? Ometia ball passes and actual so but among family has box and repeating over and over. Sometimes has to me lose ball. Second ball Kotoko fan, but we are the ball with fan general na coin ni how e makotoko baby and e be ene they couldn't enter, they couldn't penetrate. It was tough. But has a ball no. Look at how direct and quick I'm transition here. And it was always down to Fatau. But who Fatau who the Scorsa stay back, playing a reversed role on Benechi. Kotoko press it. But we've seen Kotoko pressing teams so tight on winning ball from that is 3 against 4. They can't win this ball back. And has back try and negotiate it. At some point, some of the ball no crab check Kotoko. But Uber who said just one player per NHC for ball. No. This is Kotoko team. How they wanted to press us folk. But Kotoko build the bar. Who said no must stop you more. But say has a build the bar. You couldn't see anybody. Not many players and a also has. So they had time to negotiate out. And if they want to go for a long ball, it's one of their trick. To say the who say ata it kept on repeating itself over and over and over and over. And we said it the other day, say general, even if Sokotokoji domestically they really need to go and then reinforce almost squad way. One pass they couldn't press, Dan Lad had to save the situation. So short passes never worked out. Long passes has budget. 2 players per and pressing, but 2 players and pressing in between 4 players. And it was so tough. So the ball we say from the air. In Bella Bejabono, but Obelusu possession. So Kotoko were not sharper. They were not cohesive in the final third. Salim, this guy, I will talk about him very soon. Solid, big game and ran Unyaye as Obetimia compared to the first game. And we are getting a midfielder probably going forward. Obetimia Juma has full message. So Omedikanka has a ball I check Kotoko Nim baby on the ball beam. Just as Uhu or midfield. Kotoko Ajibona Rio, but look at how a mobile transition. And it is down to one striker to find a way. Now has folk as Ajibona beam. So one who know over and over. Now let's talk about goals. Goals in a sea game, Salim any greater impact of goals so the first goal now who said Bani Ashano was being cooked by player friend say Salim Adam and ran the game was excellent. 3 players of Kotoko was here. Obeteki will be out with that composure. Tenacity from a midfielder, very young. But before that switchy play from a crossfield pass, analyze Barney position. Barney in the general box in the But after the switch, Kotoko defense aren't me aware of Barney position. Barney connected this ball. Similar situation to say the first goal or Sheditia across folk. And I talk about Kotoko goal. Ball was sent to Dennis Corsa area but out of the position. player first our best one is usually I'll share the two because on the ball the left side of Hasselhoff defense, you know. But I think Soa was a bit lethargic. He was a bit slower, and coach a real ball in the free no, and quickly Hasselhoff can deal with the situation. And coach shows the trust a coach in the man from the bench, you know. Obey me, I responded greatly, very great technique. We 2 touches. Want me I'm a ball and in Temu. I'm a more anti-me and still when you access to the ball. No, I think it was nice. Let's talk about Patrick Razak and then sync it with the last goal now about giving him. Patrick Razak, one of the wasteful players in the Ghana Premier League. Patrick Razak, one of the most wasteful shooters. Oh, you league him. Patrick Razak. I've spoken of the verticality of the Hasselhoff play. So me the ball now from Finfi Wabra Enfa wave. And Ebanisano, it is always down to Patrick Razak. He got this chance against Ashgold in the just Premier League and he missed this chance. A chance that broke the back line and the spine of Ashgold the team, you know. But always, it was a place baby were John Wetchley, no switch on the right because a right footer, on left, or right. 1-on-1 with every goalkeeper Biano. Patrick Razak has always chosen the right. And choose the right, that big space. And a couple ball the touching against Accra Hasselhoff. So Patrick
against Ashgold.
Yes, boss. Against Ashgold. So Patrick has been missing. Yes.
Okay.
One messy chance we were Bobby Bratuago. You keep a free mu, you defenders free mu. A county pole. Look at the angle, very big. About to actually. Now let's talk about general something here. And similar situation from Patrick Razak. It shows say yes. Hasselhoff about game no. Now so we share game no. We the first leg a course in the league between Kotoko. Kotoko ne Hasselhoff game no year 1-on-1 be against player friends Dan Lad. So I was wondering why that defensive setup from Kotoko no etimi emma mo backline here so much exposed because first leg no when you 1-on-1 be no mbose no. So if you know Sir Patrick free bench bar, know the profile, know the speed, the fastest player on the Ghana Premier League arguably of free bench na ba onya mo bo ni bi bebre sa na obeka so abre and first leg no na make no omunya 1-on-1 bebre with Dan Lad but Hasselhoff can share ebini the atta set up no from Dennis Kosa from Atta from Fatau from Suleiman Tari Hasselhoff in the first game nya 1-on-1 bebre exposing Dan Lad always and always ebina who screen so always from Atta so said player friends Razak free bench aba na general who was set piece akwa you really need to have a very solid defense setup. I am telling you, General, and how they consider the goal. We're calculating about 3 different ways. Now I'll talk about this guy. Obianshe go and then we break it down equally. After set ball no call, you know, player friends Mubarak in a miss kick here. This is player friends Ganiu. And I'm waiting no ball no call here. Now look, I'll tell you something. After set ball no but don't forget Dan Lad edasujina ni ponum. And then think of Abalora, say about 1-on-1 situations, what Abalora has been bringing on board. Kotoko backline here, Augustine Japan, Ganiu, Mubarak, and then Imoru. Emumi Ensa, enya attached to this ball. Defense 4, no, Emumi Ensa enya attached to this ball. Starting from Augustine Japan, on the ball kick, you know. So Augustine Japan, the ball kicking is a right back. Now talk about this setup. Patrick Razak has to focus in here no box, to somebody in the war. So no and prevent war neighbor no. So white tower na screen so no Richard Bodu Agadas. One box numbi or train defender because he's a holding midfield of free bench by. Then chain pair won't say more susu jina. So or Bobo Nako. Let's analyze something here. After some Mubarak ball no, there was a miskick. Other member of the backline Mubarak would you know position box no train ball no. Other member of the backline Mubarak. So one who gets in Japan. This is Mubarak position.
Okay. It players now some Jinanubio natural defenders and don't know where your box room. Naturally, almost we are Mubarak or other players.
Sure. Against Japan, a ball kicking.
Okay.
So after some ball kick, we say no. Ball no. Ricochet Hasselhoff defender back on coach. Now this is Razak from Hasselhoff. Ni rule ni say or prevent a ball no. Because about box man Razak on my head in the height in to one of the wall. And a Bodu a DM defensive midfielder. It's no soon the height to be Richard Bodu Agadas or the back box in really on your dominant. It's only the Nijina, they say a Tefaswa, no Kenny Panato form. On a all white tower no.
Okay.
So a Japan Bobono. This is Mubarak, centre back Bakuni.
The other blue now.
Yes, boss.
Okay.
To Mubarak in a hono. Centre back. One who Japan, one who Mubarak. Very, very soon. After say Mubarak Nyaboni, you know, Ganiu is right on the edge of the box. This is Ganiu.
No chesty ball.
No chesty ball.
Yeah.
So three backline no Kotoko ball 4 one mumi yensa. Gani unye. Now the wrong technique from Gani where me ya so much here. One headed ball on the back, knowing say or you're part of the last line of defense.
Sure.
Now all chest ball no. Not knowing the circumstances it can wash ya. My member play the kind house for.
How do what you be any
Obu do ni more original ho channel.
Loaded.
Now counting part do channel wash ya no.
Yeah.
That is awareness of the situation, how you understand it. Or just one we in the house for a no. Oma mana movie anko babia. Oma mana movie anko babia. So how many house for players now to watch?
1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
5. Wow.
It's be free. I'm going to I walk free na chi ba me ense na gu no so no. Wo ye Maradona kra ho metwa wo. Let alone a
second. He went for a situation as a holding midfield at the back line. Now won a China. Onya butel the kwa chest ball.
You are what you be any ho.
Be any.
Yankoso.
So Jenna, after so loose ball no. This is the first part of conceding. And I keep saying say boy you're conceding in serious. Obi abaka say ball na off bi aboa. Hwe ba bi halfway line wo. After saying po ball na sign Razak on still at halfway line. Nya fe no be kick you.
Genya off back.
A man off.
Say many messages we be including honorable Ekoko ye morning show.
Okay.
Yen chiran crofom random. Emran say wo wow half a untumi nya offside. See a bobo na player no on 1.5. Yentimi nya offside wo ye near half. Inti the moment Patrick Razak wo on 1.5 ye has half.
When I offside.
Say goalkeeper kra nema still untumi nya offside.
A man off crab.
Okay.
So general Kotoko last line of defense and san wakoto dan lad. Agadas and Imoro. The Imoro is here because only height. Only only physical could be connected to a Japan ball. No?
Yeah.
2, he's one of the fastest defenders. Fastest defenders. I back count to wait me abua. So they left him also outside the box. But what to me and now check the arrow halfway line
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the second part. This is 60-meter distance between Patrick Razak and then Dan Lad. You are thinking of a sweeper keeper where your defense is gone. You need something like Abalura to act one-on-one. Bebre last season, you can't want some. This guy stayed in the goal post. But don't forget, it's a first leg, you know, 1-on-1. So Dan Lad is still not coming.
Okay.
Even though the defenders like they don't have control of Razak, they don't have control of the ball, but Dan Lad is still there. At this time, he's the last defender. And then inside watching the action and say, he has to foul even this guy. And I'm telling you, if Abalura could be Razak and them, be Pierre be trying to go baby cry, record a free game room. Second of all, who Abalura way. Dan Lad is still in the box. 60 meters. You're halfway home, baby. I want to break here. He saw it. But the lad is still there. Now look, Patrick Razak is too fast. Oh, the American.
Who feels a very proper say Dan Lad free box no. I see the box outside the box.
Baby Razak Adri, who Dan Lad, general who say.
Don't be busa.
I say can Dan Lad
I free the box.
Manuano Hano Digini Dio, Manuano I get diving.
Defender is chasing. Yeah. Free boxing from that distance.
No, but
when your defenders are still chasing him.
But still, Dan Lad lit. Post yes. Alright, carry me into you.
Yes, so general. And I find Dan Lad appear. Razak a full view. How be taking it out simple. And now, Baba can defend the Senate chase Razak and also chase Razak. So, in general car box in my day. Now, Baby, I got a swimmer one. Dan Lad about Hobi. Razak, full possession of the goal. And this is where Manuano Amodiju Mudi, say Ballo Amodiju Mudi, your money. Baby Baba Born at Tono, striker. He has to move, analyze the movement of the striker, and then you know the timing with which you be back. Don't forget, first leg now mobile league in Bebresi or exit here, Mekanoha. Now the exiting in the time in your good but clever brave. But on this occasion, he didn't decide well.
Wow. Okay. Intina and also I don't know. Razaka.
Marija Takaba Krevi. Time a Kotoko both free kicking. Any baby ana Kotoko nya free kick now. Kotoko half and saying.
Half.
Has half. Oh, okay.
Has half.
Okay.
All right. Nti na eno so I don't know. Na do de ba no so busa coaches no emienu no tactics ni. Okay, we no the coach na ehu. Say defenders ni nyina no be wa beka. Because on the original line so e hwe wo.
Nti general after game you know, me try on Facebook say Kotoko lost the moment and lost the game. That moment was the setup of the back line and then the general outcome was
okay.
Ebasa technical team unhunu hwe.
Wow.
Unhunu hwe. And I remember before I bebo has FA Cup final, na maka check Kofi Mensah say attack dive bia or a bit slower. But House of Folk plays a bit me kicky ball no nyina. I don't think Fatah will be back because Fatah will confident. On the edge of the box, Kofi Mensah bebu say am say na Fatah will edin ka ho. Edi na menye general, manya bibia nka nchire Kofi. A do moment be a tense or a technical team, you don't even remember the AC.
Kofi ni why?
Kofi Mensah as goalkeeper.
Oh, okay.
Technical team no, they didn't so omo nyina attention ball no so say beton net in silly game no, but say an shade and be nobody thought about it, and it was very very tough. But my point, crucial moment in the pie baby Gani trusted ball one headed back into the box to maintain the pressure. No yes so beji pressure na the man ho. I think it killed everything, general.
Wow. I see. Yentwaso. Obusa two coaches no.
Yes. Now the two coaches now. What do make a lot of attacking changes? And then Dr. Ogum decided to maintain a score line. Later, or mingle the two, no. Now I'll share your coach about Muno place your coach about a Dennis Corsa and so I want.
Yeah.
What do new weakness? So I'm a Dennis Corsa and free area. Two, what do make Razak attacking change? Awako attacking change. So as to analyze it at that point of the game. I hear find a place where say coach it was tough because it was at the latter part of the game. Now talk about something. General ball near me near fighter for. You started referee Bonabenya and yet the ball itself in the spaces. None of them and a coach Ogum it may be Dr. Coach Bodu. What that the ball has for control the spaces. And with the ball they were so much purposeful. They were so much intent. No money don't. And I think considering the two games, Dr. Ogum was through. Coach Bodu was
okay.
Considering just the two games, was show level no. So we knew how to win something, and we said it's on Yanje trophy that will be different. We bet me lose, and Sanoaba, and our GBB so strength a different.
Specifically, DNA yeah, what you say, or the she Dr. Ogum, and game no, dear put no yeah.
First question, Mebusan said, first game a course, how many passes and Mbella at the man in Fegi? How many passes? There were the two players, now ball game and change you more.
Okay.
2 different 10 minutes. How many passes in will be who game? Say, Mbella the man in Fegi or in Fegi the man Bella. Bien one more bit me can be a me. And statistically, somebody just brought to say, Mbella had 5 touches. Busan how many? Yes, very much possible because Mbella was out. I didn't know out. Out, play our show be out, no channel. Against the same position, he's been out for twice. And you fluke and you grow and you draw. Cause some body making sure so by the rotational marking. Rotational marking means oba fatao the be marking. Oba more last and the be marking. Or koso ha so the be marking. So every single member of the back line in the movement of the two Cameroonians. Into a bar, and yes, more than never call. And once some draw attention, say, Dennis, this guy is available. No close, you know. And no, General, let's talk about something. Apart from the 2 strikers, how many people should go Kotoko? Apart from the 2 strikers, how many players in the Shegos at the Kotoko?
Okay.
Okocha Johnny, but on the side coach, so he's been relegated to the bench. And on the free bench, baby. Take the 2 guys out. Afakwa is not scoring. Amankona is not seen. Yeah, free system. How many guys are scoring for Kotoko? Goals you know, so close them out of the game. And Kotoko activity. That is the exact thing they did. They played almost every single best midfielder. Play ball game to be. Sharif Bobby, Mudasiru Bobby, Lamte, the best shooter, the best distance shooter from the Ghana Premier League, Bobby. And General, the 2 guys were nullified. So Coach Bodu and Ogum may kind of battle there per the evidence of the 2 games. Coach Bodu Abogum.
Wow.
Now, Kasembi on Sule say, or a great professional. I think Mebo Sule Abaso, and no one will see what he did. Sule was so calm and cool, very very cool. But to be on him, Sule be able to catch us. Watch the video on your screen. Sule can always be a beast in the game. Where you approach the ball, he can obey me be anything. I don't know who no on the skin color.
Yeah.
First, the defense that I'm saying we see after so much show no.
Okay.
Or could defense at watch. So it's not the mother series no. Sule was, I mean, who attitude that Sule about low sada. I know the Bonajima fans no. We no Korea. Now look at the second scene of Besabad from different game, from different time because I know we any career in the thick of affairs. So General Milan teams, you know, Ubahusule, how you referee so close to 5 minutes. No Besobejano. This is highly. So they compare the no Nimuda Siri, referee to engineers. Can't look on wrong. You could show Balotelli, Sule is one chairman referee. No. Highly unprofessional. Do I do referee no? So now should the course no. Imagine no two home for say obey a big example there are many people. Or more person must have fear any the young players. Yeah. Because I know be a coberture in summer be a BBC. And he did something so nice. My respect to Sulepa once more. My respect in pa. How coolly on one kasana home let us ako ha game Mudasiru no. I'm saying no, this is a senior player.
One respecting Mudasiru for no social show of sportsmanship.
Yes, sure. Mudasiru.
As a later no. He also overdid it.
But the subject was Sule. The say comment say Sule great professional. I'm saying no, the guy has been beast in years gone by. But not the end he was cool.
Players on a show too much respect. Emma Sulana said to be message by
Debbie
Emma do pay or field no so.
Blade Chano by me answer. Mudasiru no call bear 4 or 5 times. I'm not show respect. But Sule knows physically he's not there right now. So not ocean movement.
Okay.
No ocean movement.
Okay.
But I'm not Debbie much chano.
Okay.
I'm not tackling the general.
Because I got disallowed goal no. Me person
many video
yen show say ready yen show ansana andi ne narusu abem kakra yen hwe sa goal na referee no anje no dia na ma referee anje goal we yen san hwe ne biom yen hwe no over and over okay
so no person ke to mama ha on person no okay, I'm personal at the time I send a cross and abano. You had it to I'm personal, hack it to I'm personal. There's a defender at him. There's a defender has defended at him. Kotoko player no head the ball in the Honozo, meaning and
a foul defender.
The only thing I who know whether Sir Kotoko play
before the final guy, no,
there was
no head the ball to net. No, one foul, one
we contacted.
No. This contact will be too light.
Yes. Okay. This contact in the box is see a lot.
It's me person who are there putting ama kala ni others am more game here.
Yeah.
Then am
if you know about bend that
day. Because okay, we are celebrating here.
If you know about bend that.
So we commentary now before about the tournament no. No, say flag no.
Yes.
And they
the raising flag
for what?
Boy, attack us on show. Attack us on show boy no head the ball 2 net because no about my case.
It make us a day man no a flag.
In your video no long before where this one started.
Okay.
Once we try way the mawa, it is difficult to see
from one angle.
Yes. I na flag in that form. Flag in that form.
Time being
very difficult.
At that time now
flag in that form. Flag no.
Oh yeah, players no so call. This is a ben ko ansana or more open ball.
But the ben ko here then that's the issue.
Then the man flag here ma ben by. Okay.
E bi awan so.
Be one.
Me na me send Mickey man.
Ndi e de bad ya.
Said it was Osisi Kotoko. Foul no G. Foul no G. Oh, say as a push.
Strike and pushy.
Yes. Before the Bella Becan.
So there was a foul before open ball.
Wait.
Foul and an open ball. Yes. Continue Kotoko Chego na referee.
That's the way you foul.
Make him a clearer picture, more working on it.
Okay.
So maybe
the second one.
No, that's the stance now. The only on say saa Kotoko attacker no ne defender na yi no ɛhɔ no ball na bem no in the time now we ni heading ball no to net ground no abo abem but ekura ko catch the referee ni say on show the card but whether this incident is a foul is another thing.
We lost the game from the bench.